Well, guys, I gotta say, I have to admit that I was wrong. Here is a tweet by Shake4 and Bake, kind of a old school My Team streamer. I think he lives out in Boston. It says, looks like a legit My Team pack strike. Hashtag has begun. Seen almost all the biggest fans of the mode relaying this similar message, enough is enough. And this is the infamous CB the Grenade tweet. Everybody shamed him for saying that he was going to abstain from ripping packs, and someone basically doxed that he was ripping packs because of the little banner that they put on the bottom there, as you can see at the bottom of the screen. And I said, yeah, I give it like less than 24 hours, probably more like 6, because I've seen stuff like this so many times where people would say that they would do something, go on a strike, and then they just go back to the previous activity just because the incentive wasn't there. But man, at this point, like probably everybody at this point has seen what has been going on, but there was just an absolutely insane ratio of this post right here. Players over profits. I even tweeted out a picture of the current executive team over at Take-Two, because these are the people that are responsible for the decision making. Just kind of emphasize the fact that this isn't really something that is the developer or even like Visual Concept or 2K. I don't think they have a great say in it. I think they get a lot of external pressure from Take-Two. But the thing that I'm really happy about is you'll see on the challenges, while they didn't directly address the community through socials or any kind of channel of communication, hey, actions speak louder than words. Definitely a good start. The weekly challenges I saw, I've been working all day, so I'm really just kind of getting up to speed with what's going on. But look at this, man. We finally got moments. Incredible. VJ Edgecombe, historic debut, and then play as my team. Now, I think there is a small chance that maybe they were already planning something like this with the kickoff of the NBA season, but I think if that actually was the case, you probably would have seen a Victor Wembanyama card from that really epic performance that he had against the Dallas Mavericks, where he went 45 and 15 rebounds. Just absolutely insane. That's worth a whole video in itself. But we get 2 cards. We get like really 2 very, very good Amethyst cards. We got Jimmy Butler for my Warriors, and we got a good VJ Edgecombe. The Jimmy Butler card is a small forward, power forward card, so he is not a shooting guard. If we go back to the website, for those that are new to the channel, we got a website where we do meta rankings on all the cards. We got badge upgrades, got stats. We have all kinds of stuff. You can basically see how good statistically the card is. We kind of bake in all of the metrics for core attributes, player build, release type, all these kind of things. I got a model update coming very soon. I promise. I've been saying it for about a week now, but this weekend for sure, because by next week I'm going to be back to coaching basketball for the kids down the street. The kind of very funnily, these Butler Edgecombe cards are put under the theme of 25-26 NBA season. So that is actually a tell that they plan on doing this for the NBA seasons. And I'm really, really happy about it. They finally gave us some grindable content rather than just going really to the end of the spectrum of just having wild gems and packs. And people were getting very understandably frustrated from that. And I think this all basically got started because the Season 2 rewards were just so bad. But I'll just real quick, I touched up on this in a previous video, but the Season 2 rewards metascores, these cards are awful. The amethysts that we got today from the challenges, very comparable to the scores that you get from your Season 2 mode completion cards, like John Havlicek, Sidney Moncrief. They nerfed his 3-ball really horrifically. You'll see right here his 3-ball is 56. It was like 90 last year when we had his it was Galaxy Opal, but still, his Galaxy Opal from the 80s era came around the same time, pretty close to it last year. So, and if you go back to the 25-26 NBA season, these are really solid Amethyst cards. Definitely very elite if you play salary cap. I've actually been having fun playing salary cap. I just didn't really get into salary cap ever, but because I'm doing super well in Showdown right now, I figured, hey, let me just take a stab at salary cap, and that's just another attack vector for getting some juicy rewards, at least getting this completion event card. One thing about those challenges, just touching up on that real quick, or rather in the exchange, if you do go into the Season 2 stuff and then go over here, this option pack that has the legend badges, it's not limited to one. You can grind for this thing over and over via the completion event cards, because I don't think I have really any plan of getting these players. They're just not good. They genuinely would not crack my lineup right now. And even if they did, they would be at the very, very tail end of it. So option pack is probably what I'm going to be going for at this juncture of the 2K26 arc. Having legend badges, if you're a competitive online player, is a big differentiator. But yeah, I mean, I guess we can talk a little bit about the Ignite set. First and foremost, just to be very clear, I have zero plans of opening these packs, just out of solidarity with the movement. I don't judge anybody that decides to. I'm not like a pocket watcher or somebody that, shames people for whatever they do. It's really not my business, right? But it's really more about having like some constructive kind of community-based feedback for these guys, and I think that is manifesting here in these challenges. And then the weekly challenges was cool, but the thing that really blew me away, this actually impressed me more than the weekly challenges. The daily challenges, they gave us 5,000 MT for each of these things. These are super easy, grindable challenges. So you're getting like 15,000 MT per day. And, if you spin that stupid wheel every week, every Friday, if you log in every day, I mean, best case scenario, you're getting the 10,000 MT if you hit one of those three things. So this is a very good positive step in the direction. And it really kind of started with the patch update. I actually do think that 2K as a whole, they are receptive to community feedback. People just need to make sure that they're being constructive and not hurling insults at people online, like in a very immature fashion. So this is great. Let's take a look at the Ignite set just real quick. Again, I have no plans of ripping for these packs. I will say, though, this Bam Adebayo is probably the one I'm kind of eyeing in terms of trying to get it off the auction house. It looks like he's going for 100,000 MT, so that's really good. Let's take a look at his attributes real quick. 6'9", so definitely a little bit kind of like shorter on the power forward side of things. But he is good, should be pretty good defensively. Yeah, interior defense 92, rebounding 88, 89, speed 86, speed with ball 84. Looking at the shooting stats real quick, 75 on the three ball. So that's not great, but it's not as important post-patch. If his three ball is 75, you would really just kind of get him for the defense and then his inside scoring. The post stats are actually a little weak here, but they gave him 87 midi, 97 close shot. Driving dunks only 80, standing dunks 85. Probably would help if you give him rise up. Let's see if he actually has that badge. They do. They gave him Hall of Fame rebound chaser, post lockdown, physical finisher, paint patroller. Oh, they gave him Hall of Fame on Bill Menace. There's not a whole lot of those right now. High flying denier. So I would probably give him glove, lightning launch, off ball pests, and maybe even set shot specialists, and then probably unpluckable. Some combination of that. It doesn't really make sense to give him shooting badges other than set shot specialist, just in my opinion. But yeah, looks like a really solid card. And if he's only going for about 100,000, if that's honestly what he's going for, which looks like to be the case, I think that's a really outstanding value. I'll show on the website real quick what his meta rating is and why I am kind of dialing in on this card in particular. You'll see Bam's actually rated much better than Kevin Durant, incredibly. And this is the old model, but he has some Hall of Fame badges that are differentiators from other players of this type. And, you can argue that, maybe Kevin Durant is a little nerfed right here. But KD, you can see he's got a solid 96 3 ball. We'll see what it looks like post-model. I imagine KD might close the gap there, but the KD card itself, James Harden's, James Harden, and they got Lisa Leslie. And Lisa Leslie's one of the taller WNBA players. She's 6'5". And if we bring up these scores again, I expect the model to kind of bump the WNBA players just a little bit, but Lisa Leslie, 49-24, is elite for a WNBA player. I would even anticipate this card maybe going for a little bit. There's only one on the auction house, bravo, because hopefully people aren't ripping a crazy amount of packs. So I think that's very indicative of the success of the movement. Otherwise, we'd probably see more of these. And then we have the typical whale behavior for KDs on the marketplace. So bravo. In terms of all of the other cards on this set, we have Jalen Green. I mean, really, after James Harden, it's kind of a bit of a drop-off. It's really not that great after that. So your value, your expected value from Rip and Ignite packs is just terrible. And if Bam Adebayo is going for only 100,000 MT on the auction house, I'd really recommend just going out to get him. I have 36,000 MT. I've actually been burning through a lot of my MT just buying badges, honestly. Just really stacking badges. I was actually able to, right before the Players Over Profits thing took off, I took a lot of my existing and pre-existing wild gems, and I got Desmond Bane, who very under the radar. The Jokic, a lot of the other featured wild gems are very unattainable. Caitlin Clark, Desmond Bane. Desmond Bane is very, very, very gettable. Maybe sets you back like 200 to 300,000 MT versus of getting wild gems off the auction place. But man, he is very, very comparable to Klay Thompson. He might even be better because his defensive stats are just very, very excellent. But yeah, he's been playing for me. Showdown status. I'm currently at tier 4, on my way to tier 3. I will be playing King of the Court this weekend. I already claimed my rewards for tier 4. I just always go for the MT. I thought about doing one of these unauctionable options, but I don't like the low expected value of that. But yeah, it's just going to do it, guys. I kind of wanted to touch up on all that stuff. I'm actually very impressed with how the community kind of came together. I'm totally in support of it, and like I said, I don't judge anybody that decides whether they rip or do not rip packs. I just think it would be wise not to do it right now and be respectful of what's going on. I'm certainly going to take that position right now. I don't promise it's going to be forever, but right now I think it's the appropriate thing to do, just to send a message. And honestly, if it results in activity and things like this, I think it's a huge win. So, yeah, anyway, go to synthbangers.com, check out the website, free to register. I have it there for the community. It's free to use. And let me know in the comments what you guys think of all the stuff kind of going on with the drop and the challenges and just kind of success of the movement. And yeah, I'll be playing online this weekend. I'm planning on playing a lot. Take it easy.